Here's how I've gotten in my older age, Chandra. I've gotten a little bit more cantankerous. I've gotten a little bit more cantankerous in my old age in that I've met so many people, liberal-minded individuals, who talk so matter-of-fact and feel so free to express their opinions, right? That my go-to used to be meek, be meek, be meek, be kind, be meek. Now it's like, well, I'll feel just as free to express my opinion.
Well, that's how it should be. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if that is the most offensive thing that you've ever heard in your life. Because like you, when somebody starts defending a woman's right to abortion, or as they're calling it now, reproductive health care or whatever, it's offensive to me. To me, it's baby murder. So it's incredibly offensive to me. They're free to express their opinion on it all day long. So if they bring it up, I have no problem being patient and kind while they express their opinion, and then just as adamantly expressing my own.
Now, I think that's a good way to be in general. Like, if they're free to express their opinion, you should express yours just as freely.
Yeah.
And hope they receive in kindness also.
But when you're going to ruin Thanksgiving.
No, and I feel like that on all political and religious ideals. Like, I'll hang out and talk with a Muslim all day. I don't care. We're having a good time talking about religious things. But if someone tries to tell me it's okay to kill babies, that's kind of like a non-starter for me. I don't sit and listen patiently.
So you're treating, okay, so this is interesting.
Yeah.
I do that kind of on Facebook and these social platforms. If I've generated a little bit of a platform, if I've got a following, 2,300 people follow me on Instagram or whatever it is, and somebody's voicing an opinion that I believe to be wrong, sometimes, depending on the ferocity of their opinion, or in my opinion, the ignorance of their opinion, if they express it in a super negative way and all this crap, I'll be like, look, you didn't work to get this platform. I'm not going to promote your bad ideas on my platform, so it's deleted and you're blocked. So you're saying you're treating your life like that, like a family get-together. You don't want that to be an opportunity for a pro-choicer to express their bad opinion.
They're killing babies.
I know. Which, if they're
like, this is serious.
You're not talking about a doctor who's performing operation. You're talking about someone who supports abortion. And you're saying that you're not willing to give your private space and like your gathering as an opportunity to promote their bad ideas.
Yeah. Like, and I have thoughts and opinions on homosexuality, transgender, all kinds of stuff. Yes, you're invited to my dinner table.
She's a walking endless vat of bad ideas. Like,
no, I'll hang out and have a good time with you, and as long as you're tolerant of me, I'll be tolerant of you.
Yeah.
But when it comes to killing babies, it's a hard stop. Like, no,
you're pro-choice.
There's something wrong with that person.
So, in your mind, a pro-choice bumper sticker is fantastic because it gives you an opportunity. I'm never hanging out with that person.
They're allowing the murder of babies.
It's a life filter. I'm good with you. Oh, this is not a new thing, though. Now, I've said this before. Like, when Jesus was born, Herod went through there.
Killing the babies.
2 years and younger, kill all the male children. I believe it was just the males, right? I'm pretty sure.
At the time,
killing all the males, and they said there was this horrible wailing in that. That was it. Rachel, she will not be comforted because of the loss of her children. This wailing throughout all of Israel or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's not something that God's in favor of, for sure. And I feel obviously, I'm pro-life all the way in ways that people get offended. They're like, you don't even want exemptions for X, Y, and Z, and then I start telling my values, and they're like, oh, I understand, I just disagree, or whatever. But I still feel like, for the most part, I feel like the Christian, if we're going to go to like the Jesus mentality, which is where he and I kind of segue a little bit.
I don't think Jesus was passive and that Christianity is passivity.
No. I don't feel like he was passive. Yeah. Meekness I like meekness the way he was meek, and I like it the way Jordan Peterson describes it. Meek is being dangerous. Meek is owning a sword, knowing how to use it, and keeping it sheathed.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same way about, I said this in conversations, like, you can have a conversation, and when I talk about somebody presents a very bad opinion or opinion that I completely disagree with, there's a way to eviscerate their opinion where even if you win the argument, you lose the person. You never hear from them again. There's another way also to engage and say, you know, although I respect your view, this is how I look at it. And I feel like that's the way to stand behind your values in meekness while having opportunity to still maybe not lose the person. Unless they're one of the people on the other side of the aisle, kind of like you are, that like, well, if you're pro-life, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? If they're one of those people, then hey, that's on them. You know, if they want to kick me to the curb because I don't want to murder babies, okay. You know,
like I feel like passivity is a great evil.
Yeah,
and that allows great evil to thrive.
Well, meekness has been misinterpreted as weakness. Just be weak. It's like no. Being meek is not being weak. Being meek is being dangerous and strong and powerful and choosing not to use it.
And in addition to people that have different, you know, religious ideals or political ideals, in addition to, in my personal holiday home, not wanting to contend with certain things, I'm not inviting over the child molesters, the uncle who batted around someone once. Like,
hopefully,
they are also uninvited.
Hopefully, she doesn't have like an endless supply of child molesters in her family. I'm not inviting all the child molesters in my family.
No, I'm serious. There are so many families that have a grandpa who abused someone. They're like, oh, it's granddad.
But it's the holidays. Let bygones be bygones.
Exactly.
Come on down.
No. They have molested someone. They're not in the family anymore. Like, I think if more people had more hard lines, it wouldn't allow so much of this crap to continue.
Well, but I will say the scripture is pretty plain about doing that with supposed believers. They say it's totally fine to excommunicate supposed believers, people who claim the truth, but do not live it.
It says not even to eat dinner with someone who claims
to
be a Christian.
With them at all. But it does not say
live
that
the
about
lifestyle.
people in the world. So to me, it's like if for instance, I've got a very, very close friend, loved one who's also family, who's an atheist. That'll never be a situation where I choose to write this individual off.
Yeah.
Because
unless he's baby killing.
Yeah. If he's actively killing children, I'm calling the cops.
If he's allowing his wife to kill babies, that's as bad as if he murdered it himself.
Again, my thought on that is I'll
I apologize.
I will voice my opinion to him and to his wife as well. You know, although I'm not exactly sure how this person's stance is on that, but I'll never hold them to that standard where I probably shouldn't be around them because I don't feel like they're going to be influencing me away in a negative way on my faith. Somebody who claims the faith and does not live it or lives it in a way that is twisting scripture or however you want to call it, that's somebody that I'm okay with. Hey, I don't know, being around them and associating with them scripturally might be bad for me. But somebody that doesn't claim the faith, I'm always going to be more gracious to them. It's just...
Well, and I also think our views are different because of our family histories and stuff and what we view family as. I think you're a more open and accepting person in general about a lot of things. And you accept a lot of acquaintances into your home as if they were family. Whereas my family comes from maybe a more hurt place where there were people in it that were doing horrible things and they weren't kicked out. And so
more the merrier isn't necessarily a thing. It's like more is dangerous. Maybe.
That is a little bit my viewpoint. Like I prefer to keep a smaller, closer knit family unit that I am sure of.
Well, and to you, the holidays represent a very intimate thing. I'm sure it's like it's an intimate moment to celebrate with your closest friends. And for me, it's a little different. It's like the holidays are an opportunity.
It's a free for all
to spread joy as much as I can. And all these things came to mind, and I immediately just filtered through all of them to get to something that's like wholesome and sanitary. If you like this clip from the Not Gospel Studios YouTube channel, don't forget to share. Click on one of the other links and videos. You can find them here and here, and subscribe. I think it's down here. Tell your friends about us. Tell them that it's healthy, that it's vegan, and all of those things. Keep being awesome, because that's how God made you.